really, really important games.
This is why we play. This is the fun part of the year.
It's as exciting as it can be, September baseball.
Just got to continue to go out there and fight.
Folks, strap in. It's going to be that kind of week here at Rogers Center.
The pitch to Bo comes up and in, and it hit him to the helmet.
And Bo is furious.
He's upset, and I don't blame him.
And in the air to left field. Well hit.
Arozarena in front of the wall. He jumps. Gone! It's gone! What kind of magic ride is this man on?
You don't see many people that can do what Bo just did. There's a lot of stake for both of these clubs.
Arozarena's going to go to third. Now he's going to try to score. And the Rays literally steal another run.
Number 11, Bo Bichette.
Does he have any more magic left in that bat?
And here we go. And he bounces it to first, and that will do it.
What an epic matchup there to finish this one off.
In the words of the late Ernie Banks, let's play two. Why not? The Blue Jays and Rays are set to go again. Some changes this time around, including an open roof. Game one was played indoors, but the sun is shining. The temperatures are comfortable. And the Bros are in attendance, apparently, as they will see this guy, Alek Manoah, who had missed his assigned first start earlier today, but he is good enough to go and well rested apparently and set to pitch against Tampa Bay in game two. So allow the intrigue to begin. So glad you could join us here on Blue Jay Central. I'm Jamie Campbell with Joe Siddall. For those who missed the opening game, roof was closed and things did not go very well for the Blue Jays, as you probably know by now. Arozarena with a ground ball here that could have been a double play, but he's quite fast. So the Rays survive and take a 1-0 lead. Top of the third. Watch this play by Espinal. This is some kind of spectacular, but as it turns out, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. did not get to the bag in time. So after review, the runner is called safe. Bases are loaded. That's normally trouble because, again, Arozarena's speed pays off as they get just one. In comes a Ray. It's a 2-0 lead. So runs came with great help from some questionable plays in the third inning, Joe, like this one.
Randy Arozarena, I'm sure the Rays know with Teoscar in the outfield, you are going to challenge him. That they did. Teoscar was not up to the challenge and just launched this throw over Jansen's head.
Now, unfortunately, the Blue Jays had to face Jeffrey Springs today, who hasn't given up a run in the month of September, and he showed why, Joe. 6 innings.
Excellent changeup from the left-hander, and the Blue Jays could not figure him out. Last night, too, Rays pitcher staying down in the zone for the most part and away. Springs did it again today.
So if there was to be a rally in game one, it would have to come against Tampa Bay's bullpen. In the 8th, a ripper by Chapman brings home the second run of the ball game as Bo scores. It's 4-2. They had an opportunity in the 9th, but Vladdy strikes out on the breaking ball, and then 12 pitches later, Bichette ends up grounding out, ends the ball game. That was an epic plate appearance, but the Blue Jays still lose.
Is that a classic 9th inning matchup between a guy throwing 99 and the hottest hitter in baseball?
Awesome. You know, you want no one but those two guys up in that spot with, being the winning run at the plate. And, to lay off some of the pitches Bo laid off of kind of shows you where he is in terms of approach when you're gearing up for 100 and you're taking sliders at 88 in the dirt. So that's kind of, you kind of try to enjoy those moments when you're watching them because they don't happen very often when you get a couple really good players going head-to-head right there. So tremendous at bat by Bo. Tapia to get it going, George getting on, and it's what makes this game fun.
All right, so as we get set for game number 2 of this doubleheader, and again, Shai Davidi's going to join us in a few minutes to go over a number of things. That at-bat for Bo in the ninth against Fairbanks was somewhat similar to the one that paid off the night before against Jason Adam, in that he was oh so comfortable. Joe, take us through it.
I think Pete Fairbanks was watching very closely last night when Bo Bichette was facing Jason Adam, because Adam threw 4 of the 7 pitches to Bichette. They were sliders, and I don't think Pete Fairbanks was going to make the same mistake. It was a long at-bat for Bo, but it was filled with a lot of fastballs at the top of the zone. This is a guy that touches triple digits. He stayed away from Bo. He stayed high with Bo. And the thing with Bichette, once he gets to 2 strikes especially, he's tough because he gets a very long look at the pitch. He goes to that no late kick approach, and he really allows the ball to travel so that he can get to a slider if Fairbanks is going to mix one in. He can still get to 99 and 100. And what Bo is doing, as he did last night against Adam, is he's just continuing to buy himself more pitches, hopefully buying himself the ideal pitch that maybe he can drive. Unfortunately, in this instance, Pete Fairbanks won the battle. This is an excellent big league hitter against a big arm for the Tampa Bay Rays. It was dramatic, and it's a lot of fun to watch when you see the best go up against the best, especially when it goes that deep. Bo has the unique ability to contort his body to get himself into a position to handle 100+ miles per hour and to also handle breaking balls at the bottom of the zone. That's why it would be so tough and borderline scary to face him. Pete Fairbanks didn't look scared out there, but now as a catcher, when you're behind the plate, you just don't know where to go with guys like this because you just don't know what they're looking for and when they can handle it all.
Mitch White didn't look scared either in his appearance for the Blue Jays. He was excellent in a Game 1 loss.
Mitch White is into the game here in the second.
And today they'd love to get some length out of him.
Swing and a miss. Mitch White gets his first strikeout.
And he got it. Strikes him out of a slider.
You know, this has been a good effort by Mitch White.
He did a great job going 6 innings because they might need all hands on deck for the second game tonight.
In fact, by going 6 innings, as you know, Dan, he did his team a huge favor going into the second game of this doubleheader, and we'll expand on that with Joe and Shai Davidi upcoming. But first, let's send it down to the clubhouse. Hazel May cornered White.
Jamie, thank you very much. Here with Mitch White. We found out about Alec at about 11 a.m. this morning. I can't even imagine what your day was like. Take us through how you found out, because we knew at some point you were going to pitch today, but Alec was supposed to go in Game 1. So take us through your thought process and the challenge of getting ready.
Yeah, so the plan was for me to go Game 2, obviously. And it was like around 10 a.m. when I was still sleeping. I woke up to a few phone calls. Get over the field, let's go. I didn't really hear any background info. It was just go. But you know, it wasn't that big a deal. I still had time to do all my routine and stuff and go over the hitters and all that. So it didn't affect it too much.
You certainly did your job. I mean, this team really needed some length from you, and you did do that. 3 earned runs over 6 innings of work. You likely deserved better than those 3 earned runs, but give us an assessment of how you performed today.
I felt good. I think the stuff that Pete and I have been working on in the bullpen, really, I was able to execute that. And, you know, the focus was kind of taking a step back on the intensity, think 80%, just rhythm and tempo, and command the ball, especially with the fastball. And I thought that, for the most part, was good today. Even when, you know, things weren't going my way, which happens. We just kind of stuck with that game plan, and Jano was great behind the plate, so it was good.
It's interesting. Let's kind of dissect that, because Pete Walker told us that he really wanted you to trust your fastball a little bit more. How well did you think you did that today?
I think it was great. I think we had that game plan coming in, obviously, and stuck to it for the most part. And also for me, like mentality-wise, it was every single pitch I'm going to throw is going to be a strike. 2 strikes or not, whatever, just in the zone, fill it up constantly, and see what happens.
Let's talk about your changeup. Pete told me that he feels down the road that's going to be a really important part of your game. How is that coming along, and how comfortable are you with it at this point?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit in the dugout after. It was like right now it's like a 50-50 whether it's a competitive pitch or not. I pushed a few, slipped a few out, but then there was the at-bat to Walls, where it was like, all right, we missed with the first one, let's go right back to it, and got some soft contact. And that is the kind of usage I want out of it, where I can get some soft contact early, especially to lefties.
I don't know if you've learned anything new about this team watching them over the last few weeks.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's always fun to watch. You know, in the past, I would always watch them on TV, and it was always like, these guys are so good. It's so fun to watch. And then you see it from the inside, and it's like, I don't know, Bo Bichette's an animal. Among other things.
I talked to Kevin Gossman about that. He says he can really kind of relate to how tough it is for opposing pitchers to attack a guy who's hitting everything in the zone. So as a pitcher, and you watch his at-bats, how impressive is that to you as you watch these guys try to get one by him?
Yeah, I mean, even that last AB against Fairbanks, he ended up grounding out, but it was like 100 at the top of the zone, slider in the bottom of the zone, 100, back and forth, and he just kept fouling it off, fighting. And those ABs are always frustrating.
So you guys are right in the thick of things. September felt like a playoff atmosphere, even though it was a 1 o'clock, day game. How much do you guys feed off of the fans at this point of the season?
Oh, that's the best. I mean, it's like we're in the sprint phase of the season right now, and it's so great to be able to feed off the energy from the fans, and everything kind of gets sharpened. There's like a little extra, hopefully not too much nervous energy, but there's like that extra buzz.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see Mitch White again with the fans buzzing there. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate you sneaking out.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Mitch White, he's going to go eat now.
Yeah, I know.
Let's send it back to you.
Hazel, the Blue Jays stay atop the Rays in the wild card standings. Lasted less than 24 hours, but it could flip again in about 3. As you see the scenario there, we're getting set to see the Yankees taking on Boston tonight. San Diego's in Seattle. Baltimore starts a series with the Washington Nationals. So lots of changes anticipated in the next few weeks as we wind towards the end of the season. The throw in Manoah was probably the throwing up Manoah earlier today, but he is apparently ready to go in game 2 of this doubleheader. It's the Blue Jays and Rays coming up as we get set for first pitch.